Hello, hello, hello. Okay, awesome. So, first of all, forgive me for the bad lighting. It's 1 a.m. over here right now. And the reason I'm recording this at 1 a.m. is because I just finished making this piece of content. And this is for educational purposes for you guys, as well as just an internal team training for our own team. And I just thought it was way too good to actually wait till tomorrow morning to actually film it. So, I'm going to walk you straight through it because I'm really excited for this video. And I think you're going to get a lot of value from it. But that said, I'm going to jump straight into it. No fluff, straight value and action steps for you to go ahead and implement today so that you can start selling more private party or catering deals using AI and for your restaurant, right? And like I said, whole point of this is a training on how to add an extra $20,000 in revenue this month through this exact system. Now, from a first principles standpoint, most people don't understand what is needed to sell more private party, or what are the three steps in selling private party events or catering deals. So the first thing is lead flow. So you need leads. Second thing is you need appointments or venue visits. So you need to be able to speak to those leads, and you need to be able to get them nurtured in wanting to actually buy from you, as well as you understanding what they want from the venue and if you can deliver for that. And then the third part is actually creating a package that can sell, right? First thing is you need people who are interested. Second thing is you need to nurture those interested people. And then the third thing is you need to give them an offer they can't say no to, and something that can actually help scale your restaurant. So let's start with pillar one, because that's the first and most important pillar. Most restaurants don't scale their private parties or events side of the business just because they're not getting enough lead flow for them to actually make an impact in their business. So um, whether they're relying on whether they're relying on their SEO for people to call them up, whether they're relying on word of mouth, things like that. They're not proactively increasing their lead flow. And so this is the first step that we go ahead and do, is we analyze the lead flow in the businesses that we partner with at Certus AI, and see how we can increase that straight away. Now, lead flow. So what you need is a consistent flow of people interested in hosting an event who have given you their information. So a lead is someone who's given you their name, email, phone, and event type. Now, what we do first of all is we create creatives, or what you need to do is you need to create creatives similar to these ones, because we've seen that this is a very proven framework. Obviously, we test hundreds of creatives every single month to find new winning ones, but at the moment, we've seen these ones work really, really well. So basically, what we do is we utilize the specific targeting to identify the ideal prospects to generate consistent attention. So, for example, for this restaurant over here, the main focus was corporate or business catering, right? So, pictures to show business catering, the venue itself to show like a professional look, a little bit just a picture of a customer in general, and some wines, because that's something that we were trying to implement in the offer, right? And so, what you want to do is you want to make sure your creative is talking to your ideal prospects. And that is the main thing. Now, once you've actually created these creatives, the next thing that we then do is basically create a landing page where we take your leads and we create a lead converting landing page to capture the lead information on demand. And so, for example, private parties and exclusive events, make every celebration something to savor, quick little brief about the venue and an offer, limited time only, create urgency, create scarcity, put in some call to actions, book a free consultation, right? Bringing up the appointment flow, having more pictures over here, having a calendar for them to book in, and then the funnel just keeps going on and on with more testimonials and things like that, right? So you want to make sure that you have a funnel where you're driving the traffic, or where you're bringing the leads on, so that they actually want to give you this information and find out more about your venue. And we've seen this structure work really well, which is having a headline, having a brief description of the offer, showing them a little bit more about the venue, giving them a direct call to action. And at the bottom, we just put, tens of, well, depending on how many private events you've catered for yourself, you can do, dozens of testimonials, or even hundreds of testimonials from people who have actually hosted an event at your venue. And that's the funnel aspect of it. Now, we utilize Facebook and Instagram ads for our clients to help them print these leads on demand, right? We've perfected the process from setup, targeting, messaging, all the way to copy and creative. So, for example, here's just a recent ad account that I've pulled up over here, or here's just an ad account that I've pulled up over here. 16 leads at $7 a lead, 26 leads at $9 a lead, 8 leads at $5 a lead, 21 leads at $8 a lead, 35 leads at $6 a lead, 22 leads at $7 a lead. And you can see this is consistent, right? This is just consistent pushing of these offerings and how we actually target these customers, right? So you can clearly tell that this is a prospect. I mean, this is a prospect this is a process that works. And the reason I've shown this is because some of you are already probably rolling your eyes and thinking that Facebook ads don't work for me. And to be quite frank, you're not a special snowflake, right? Of course it fucking works. You just don't do it the right way, or you just don't know how. Okay. And so what you need to make sure is you have the creative on point and you have a funnel that can actually nurture and convert these customers. So that's lead flow. Now, lead flow is usually the biggest bottleneck for most restaurants on why they're not scaling the business. But in all honesty, it's one of the easiest ones to solve for from the start if you have a proven framework. Now, that's number one, which is lead flow. The second one is then appointments or venue visits, right? So what you need is a proven and reliable way to contact, nurture, and convert these leads into consultation calls or venue visits. And so in order for you to convert as many leads as humanly possible, you have to reach out to them within 5 minutes of them opting in. Okay. Now, the reason I say consultation calls or venue visits is because it's much easier to sell someone who is committed to wanting to speak to your event coordinator, or who has committed to coming to the venue, see the venue themselves, and actually, want to see if they can host this event with you guys. Now, this is a very important thing, and most restaurants that we work with have zero idea about this, right? And so this is one of the biggest optimizations that we do, and obviously this is what Certus AI comes in, which I'll show you in a second. But in order for you to convert as many leads as humanly possible, you have to reach out to them in 5 minutes of them opting in. So reason one is they're going to spend their money somewhere else. So 78% of customers purchase from the first responder, right? And so as competition among businesses and all industries continue to rise, the need for quick and efficient customer service becomes more and more crucial. So the first business to respond to that inquiry has a distinct advantage. They are able to address the customer's need first, increasing the likelihood that the lead will do business with them over their competitors. Because you have to understand, if they opt into your ad for an event, you're not the only person they're going to go to see if you guys can do an event for them, right? The whole point is that they're looking for different options. So that's the first reason. Now, the second reason, which is the most important reason, is the universal law of speed to lead. As this statistic here shows, is that conversion rates are 8 times higher in the 5 minutes. So the longer you wait to respond, the less likely a lead is to convert into a customer. But conversely, statistics show that if you respond within the first 5 minutes, if you pick up the phone and call the lead within the first 5 minutes, you increase your chances of converting this lead by 800%. 800%. Now, unfortunately, this never bloody happens, right? Staff are busy, your sales team has inadequate sales skills, or your staff have inadequate sales skills. You as the restaurant owner are on a school run, right? Leads come in after hours. They come in at 7 to 9 p.m. where it's busy hours for your staff, or you're not paying attention to the phone. And like I said, these are just a couple to name a few. And so what you need basically is someone who can take 100 calls a minute, never gets tired, never quits, follows the sales scripts, can have 20 to 40-minute long conversations without you ever wondering if they're doing their job correctly, and more importantly, calling these leads within 5 minutes. But unfortunately, you'll never find someone who can do that. And so, that's actually why we created Certus AI, right? So if you don't know what Certus AI is already, which I doubt you probably don't, but if you do not know what Certus AI is the world's first ever restaurant dedicated AI that can have full 1 to 40-minute long phone calls that sound like real human, knows everything about your restaurant, has infinite memory, perfect recall, and can autonomously take actions with 5,000 plus applications. And basically what I mean is it can do the entire job of a full-time manager or dedicated catering sales rep, without having to be trained, managed, or motivated. And it just works 24/7, 365, right? And so what I'm going to do quickly is play you a demo of Certus AI in the scenario of a catering deal. The reason I showed you that is just to make you understand how well that actually works. And if this is your first time hearing a demo, I'm sure you're probably surprised, just as we were when we had our first phase 1 rollout. So I'm really excited that you heard that, but let's just carry on with the video, right? So obviously now, Certus AI solves the main problem, which is converting these leads into consultation calls and venue visits, because it solves the problem of having to rely on human error, or to rely on humans to call these leads within 5 minutes. Aside from all the errors that they're going to do and probably lose these leads, the main thing that they're not going to do is call them within 5 minutes, right? And so within 3 minutes of a lead opting in, Certus AI will call and nurture to book them in on something like a venue visit, like I just mentioned, or a consultation call. So, for example, like this, a venue visit and tour. And so, what Certus AI will do, it will find an available time on your calendar and book them in. We'll obviously, if you do partner with us, we give you access to our catering calendars, our catering system, etc., etc. And basically, what will happen is the prospect or the lead gets an email confirmation about this venue visit. They also get a text confirmation. You and your manager also get an email and text confirmation. The prospect is then reminder emailed, and reminder called by Certus AI to make sure that they show up to the venue. And then the main thing is that the lead then actually comes to the venue. And that's where you get your third thing, which is actually selling these packages and creating these deals. And so what you want to do is you want to obviously position your catering package in a way where you're able to sell these deals between 2 to 10K a pop, right? And what that means is you'll be able to generate higher margin, higher revenue. You'll be able to charge more. You're going to have a lower cost per acquisition. And honestly, it's easier to sell if you position it correctly. Now, I don't want to focus too much on the positioning of these deals on this video, because this is obviously just to show you the flow and how you can implement this today. But if you go onto our YouTube channel, we've got at least 2 to 3 videos going over how we create catering packages worth 2 to 10K and how it's actually easier to sell them than, selling like 20 pound a head or $20 a head packages for 50 people. And so definitely go ahead and watch that if you're interested in how you can elevate your catering offer and actually charge a lot more whilst making a higher margin and making it easier for you to sell those. And so the whole point about that is that once Certus AI calls and converts these customers, they get booked in, they got the confirmations, they actually show up, you have an offer in place that has high margins where you can charge more, where your cost per acquisition is lower, and it's easier to sell, and then you're able to collect cash. And if you just continuously do this, you continuously follow this process, you have the ads in place, you have the creatives in place, you have the funnel in place, you get Certus AI to call these leads. You set up an offer that works ridiculously well and actually makes it easy to sell, then it's almost going to be inevitable for you to add an extra 20K to your revenue within the next month. Now, obviously, this is one of the processes that we focus on to help our partners scale. And so if you'd like to speak to Jonas, who is the head of partnerships at Certus AI, see if we could possibly help you out with this ourselves. If you're not looking to do this yourself, then go ahead, click on the link in our bio, and you'll be able to book in a call with him and just chat about it, learn a little bit more about us, and see if we can possibly help you out. But if you did find this video valuable, please drop a comment in the on the video, because it allows me to understand what you guys want to watch, if you guys enjoy these types of videos, if you find them valuable, and it kind of makes it worth our time as well to create these videos for you. But yeah, hope this was an awesome one. I really thought that this could provide value, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.
Hey Joe, this is Isaac from the Garden Bistro House. How's your day going so far?
Hey, sorry, who's calling?
It's Isaac from the Garden Bistro House. I saw you filled out a form on our website in regards to wanting to host an upcoming wedding. Is that correct?
Yes, I did do that. Thanks for getting back to me.
Great. So the reason for my call is basically to see if we at the Garden Bistro House can actually help you out with this. Just out of curiosity, when are you planning to have the wedding?
Looking to do quite soon, probably around end of September.
Okay, awesome. And around how many people are you looking to have at the wedding?
Roughly 120 people.
Okay, sure. And lastly, just to get a feel on what we can do here for you, what's the budget you have in mind for the wedding?
I think everything included, probably around 40 per person, so anywhere between 3.5 to 5K.
Okay, great to know that, Joe. Based on your budget and based on what you envision your wedding to look like, I think we could honestly be the perfect place for you for your special day. That said, because I think we can help you out here, would you be open to getting a quick tour of the venue with our head manager, Alex? He'll show you our food options. You can check out the venue, try some of the food, and basically ensure that we can actually help you make this vision come alive. Would that be something of interest to you?
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome. Yeah, let's do that.
Great. Let's schedule you in. When works for you?
Next week, Tuesday works great.
Great. Next Tuesday it is. What time works best for you?
1 o'clock works great.
Great. I've got you booked in for next Tuesday at 1 p.m. with our head manager, Alex. Lastly, I do want to mention that for these venue visits, we do request a fully refundable $25 deposit, which will be credited to your wedding if you choose us, or instantly deposited back into your account if you choose not to. Is that all good?
Well, why do you guys take a deposit, by the way?
Yeah, I totally understand. The only reason we do this is because I'm sure you can imagine if we have 10 people every day who want to check out the venue, try the food, and have our manager speak with them, and they decide to just not show up, we end up really losing out on time helping those who are actually serious about coming to the restaurant. But like I said, it's totally refundable, so there's no issue on that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. No problem.
Okay, great. I'm just going to get the information over the phone now then. What's the card number you want me to put on file?
The card number is 15.
Okay, got it. I have your card number on file and you're booking for next Tuesday at 1 p.m. with Alex. Once we get off this call, you'll get pinged with a confirmation text and email with further details confirming the time. If there's anything else, let us know. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you soon.
All right. Cheers, Isaac. Thanks so much. Looking forward.